Okay, so compression. You know when you download a file and it's way smaller than you expected, and you're like, wait, where did all the stuff go? That's compression. It's basically making files smaller so your sad little hard drive doesn't cry. Kind of like how I cry when I realize I'm unemployed. Again. All right, first up, lossy compression. This is the one that just throws stuff away permanently. Like, imagine Genshin Impact removing all your Primo gems after you accidentally press the wrong, but honestly, my life, kind of like lossy compression. A little bit of dignity gone here, a little savings gone there, and somehow my full body waifu pillow collection remains intact. It's the one thing in my life that's perfect. No compression needed. FLCL style perfection. Now lossless compression. Fancy stuff. Doesn't throw anything away. It just looks for patterns and stores them efficiently, like Genshin's loading screens trying to make 10 gigabytes of assets fit into 2. When you unzip it or open the file, boom, perfect, nothing lost. Unlike my sanity, PNG images, FLAC audio, ZIP files, all lossless. Big files, but perfect. Kind of like how I imagine my ideal broken unemployed. Oh, and speaking of Discord mods, have I ever told you about Gary? He's a slightly chunky Discord mod I know. Totally unrelated, just here we go. Gary's the kind of guy who shows up to the voice chat eating a bag of Cheetos, wearing a hoodie 3 sizes too big, and somehow still knows the server rules better than anyone. He once gave a 10-minute lecture about why pinging roles is technically harassment while balancing a full cup of Mountain Dew on his belly. Honestly, Gary's the hero we don't deserve. He's the reason the server hasn't completely collapsed under chaos. Slightly chunky, fully heroic, and somehow wielding a moderation hammer like Thor, but also whispering, "Don't" at everyone under his breath while eating nachos. Absolute legend. So to recap, lossy equals smaller files, some quality gone, like my wallet and social life. Lossless equals bigger files, nothing gone, like my waifu pillow army, my Reddit karma dreams, and my precious Discord mod powers. Both are useful. Lossy is great when you just want to stream a Genshin video review or look at memes online. Lossless is perfect when you care about quality, like making sure your full body pillow doesn't get wrinkled while you scroll Reddit for the 800th time, and silently judge the chat in your Discord servers. When you save a file, just remember, compression is basically life. Some things you lose, some things you keep perfect. And in my case, that perfect thing is staring me in the face every night, covered in my scent. My white foo pillow. Oh, and my eternal devotion to Reddit, Discord moderation, and slightly chunky heroes like Gary. So Gary, our slightly chunky Discord mod hero, decides he needs a sip of Mountain Dew. Simple, right? Wrong. The moment he stands up from his throne of beanbags and half-eaten Cheetos, disaster strikes. His foot hits the floor and oh no, the rats. Not just one or two, an entire furry army. Like they had a meeting minutes ago and were ready to ambush him. They scatter in all directions, squeaking like tiny alarms, and Gary, majestic as ever, goes into a full-body stumble that defies physics. Mountain Dew goes flying. I'm talking literal fountains of a neon green soda arcing across the room. Yeah, it hits the posters, the keyboard, the floor, maybe even a rat or two who looked a little too smug. One particularly audacious rat lands squarely on Gary's shoulder, like it's taking command of the situation. Gary spins, flails, knocks over a stack of empty ramen cups and mutters, "No, this is my domain," and mutters, "No, this is my domain." And now it's a full-blown chaos ballet. Gary slips on a stray Cheeto, does an unplanned pirouette across the carpet, narrowly avoids his precarious tower of Mountain Dew cans, and somehow still holds half the soda in one hand like a champion. He's mumbling to himself about server rules, ping limits, and the importance of moderation, while tiny rats are bouncing off the walls like they're in some post apocalyptic rodent rave. At one point, he ends up on the beanbag again, Mountain Dew dripping off his hoodie, rats scattered like confetti, and he just sighs. But of course, Gary doesn't quit. Number. He slowly rises, muttering under his breath. All right, all right. Maybe if I crawl. No, maybe if I. And the rats, clearly unimpressed by his tactics, start circling him like tiny furry generals, judging his every move. And then, in true unhinged fashion, Gary somehow makes it back to the desk. Half the dew is gone, half the Cheetos are on the floor, the rats are still judging, and he's muttering about how he's still going to moderate the server tonight. Because nothing, not even a Mountain Dew tsunami or a rat uprising, can stop Gary from keeping the Discord in order. Absolute legend, chaos incarnate, slightly chunky hero of our time.